Brothers and sisters tend to grow in different directions as they age. Still, when one's in need, the other is sure to come together and lend a helping hand. There are many cases of siblings around the world who give each other their everything. For example, in some instances, they may be able to donate one of their organs, while in others they might show their love by doing something as simple as gifting a needed item. Though it is not uncommon, poverty isn't something we like to think about. There are many places in the world where even the smallest things can seem impossible for those who don't have basic needs met: food, water, shelter. The Philippines is one of the places that unfortunately experiences a lot of poverty. There are some families that live in houses that are not protected from the elements, and there were some families that had trouble affording things like food. If they could manage to afford food, the Oya family was one of those families. While they could afford a place to live, food, internet, and afford to send their children to school, there was not enough money for extras much at the time. The Oya family featured a brother and a sister named Maverick and Lou Ase. Maverick was the older brother, and he always looked out for his younger sister. There comes a time in every young girl's life in most cultures when they get invited to prom. They want to celebrate a successful school year with friends, and they want to wear the most beautiful dress and spend the most wonderful night out. However, the Oya family really did not have enough money for an expensive dress. Even the simplest dress might be a problem if they needed to afford it at the wrong time of the month. Lou Ase was a humble girl, and she may have accepted a second-hand dress or just worn one of her old ones or not gone at all. However, her brother had always looked out for her, even when they were children. He thought that his sister deserved the very best. When Maverick Francisco Oya realized that his family couldn't afford any expensive prom dress for his younger sister, Lou Ase, all he wanted was to fulfill her wish to attend the event. He did not know at first what he could do. He did not have a job, and he had never sewed a dress. He did not tell her anything about his plan because it was still forming, and he wasn't sure whether he would be able to fulfill it at all. He knew that some of the wealthier students at school would be wearing expensive dresses from the top designers. He wanted to make sure his sister would fit in with all of them. He turned to the internet because it had helped him many times before. He reached out to a lot of people who he had discussed things with before. He also posted some questions online. There was an award at prom for the Best Dressed Award, and he was determined to get her that award. The fact that he had never sewed a dress before did not seem to bother him. He was certain that he would figure out a way. After searching the internet for many hours and days, he began to formulate a plan. The loving brother wanted to design and create a fairy tale attire for his sister. He browsed on YouTube and Googled to see different types of ball dress, especially Michael Cinco's spring and summer collection. There was something about this collection that made him think it would be possible to make his sister a lovely dress. He was dead to make it look like it was a professional dress. He did not want anyone at a prom to know that they could not afford a dress. After getting some inspiration from the ideas found online, he designed the pattern for the dress and started making it from scratch, despite not being a designer. As he had no prior experience in stitching, he also asked his mom's help in sewing the cloth. He asked his mother to keep it a secret. He knew he would do everything in his power to make the dress as lovely as possible, but he wasn't going to send his sister to prom in a terrible dress either. He was determined that she was going to have a wonderful night at prom. Slowly, his mother taught him the different types of stitch and how he could cut and fold fabric. She taught him how he could add things to a plain fabric to make it look more eye-catching. Soon, Maverick felt more confident in his skills to start the actual dress. He aspired to be an artist one day, and so he thought he might be able to make his sister's dreams come true. Since it was a winter-themed event, Maverick used blue and white color fabrics and bought affordable materials like crystal beads and plastic flowers from a local shop. It was still a stretch to afford such things, but it was easier than buying a whole dress. Maverick bought the materials and snuck them home. He kept the dress in his room so that his sister would never know, and he tried to work on it when she wasn't home. He started on the skirt. He cut 9 panels and put ribbons on each of them in a crisscross pattern. This was a bit difficult as he had just started sewing, but he was able to ask his mother to watch over him and make sure everything was correct after sewing them. Together, he attached the beads and flowers to make the gown look more pretty. He didn't allow anyone in his room for a total of 10 days while he was working on it, which was a significant portion of time for a very close family. His sister thought it was suspicious, and she was a little bit hurt by it, but he managed to keep all emotions under control. He knew that the surprise would be great when he finally revealed what he was doing. He also knew that he did not want to disappoint her if he messed up the project. Eventually, he realized that despite the fact that he was doing very well, he was out of his skill set. He wanted the corset of the dress to be the main focal point, but he did not think he could hand paint it and make it look like a work of art. He put out a call, revealing what he was doing, and many people responded. He was overwhelmed with everyone's generosity. Eventually, he picked a candidate to help him with this very important project. The culture at art students at the Western Midden State University hand-painted the corset of the gown. Finally, the mermaid flare design was also given big ruffled sleeves. It was the fashion at the time, and all of his research said that the big designers were using such techniques. He thought that if he gave the dress such a style, no one would be able to tell that it wasn't a big design dress. When the dress was finally done, he doubted himself. He laid it out and could not believe what he created. 10 days ago, he could not even sew, and now he had a beautiful creation right in front of him. He thought, in his own humble opinion, that it was just as good as dresses that he saw that were sold for a high price. He posted on Facebook and hid it from his sister. "I did not expect that I would be able to do this on time. I even doubted myself if I can do this or not, because the concept is very different from being done, but God is really good. He didn't forsake me." Read the translated Facebook post of Maverick. He knew he needed to post that his creation was finished because there were so many people who had helped him make it both emotionally and financially. Maverick, who was currently living in Zamboanga City, thanked some generous people who helped him in buying the materials for the gown. When he showed his sister, she could not believe that her brother had done that. She was absolutely blown away and thrilled that she had a beautiful dress to go to prom. She was very proud to wear it, and she thought that she would have to wear an old dress or possibly not go at all. She never thought that it would be possible to wear a gown that looked like a designer gown or looked just as good as her wealthier classmates. She and her brother posed for many pictures, and she thanked him many times. Her brother, who was studying art, was very happy to send her to prom and wish her the best for the contest. Her smile was very wide. It is understood that Lou asked he didn't get the Best Dress award during the prom, but the siblings are quite happy with the final outcome of Maverick's sleepless nights. Nevertheless, she looked like a queen among her friends wearing the unique dress created by her loving kuya. She cherished the dress in her closet and continues to make sure that everyone knows how kind her brother was. If there is ever another opportunity to wear it again, Lou said that she would wear it with pride. He shared the videos and photos of the gown's making process that clearly show his hard work. Since then, the post, which tells the untold story of a loving kuya elder brother, has gone viral with more than 600,000 views and 73,000 shares on Facebook alone. He could not believe it while he was simply making sure that his sister was taken care of. Many people called him a hero and said that they would not be able to do such a thing. They were especially blown away when Maverick revealed that it had been a team effort from the beginning. Even affording the fabric required him to ask for help, and he felt as if he helped his sister and did not disappoint the community from across the world that supported him. He is glad that she was happy, even if she did not win the contest. Getting to go to prom and feel wonderful about her one-of-a-kind dress was award enough for her. Lou had never had one-of-a-kind anything before, and she felt like the belle of the ball. What an inspiring tale! Do you know a story about someone who found a way around all the obstacles in front of them and managed to succeed? Does this story involve someone selflessly doing all these things for someone else? If so, leave it in the comments below. We can't wait to be inspired by you.